Uppy, uppy, uppy. It's one funny morning. I'm Dana Blizzard, and it's too early in the morning. This is the dumbest show in the whole world.
From Monday
to Friday. Sometimes on Saturdays.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
Dean stinks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's your Dateline voice?
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It's not a chicken leg. This is a chicken leg.
Look at that manhole cover on my face.
Not a bad rendition of me. Hold on.
It's such a small town. So if you're walking, people just be like, "Do you want to ride?" It's like they don't need Uber. They
what?
just have.
What?
They just pull over. They give you a honk, and they're like, "We know your brother. We'll give you a ride to school or whatever."
That's called
our small
murder
town.
in New Jersey.
What's outside your Puerto Vecchino?
That's Stella! Yeah!
Go.
Hello, I'm Denise Phillips, temporarily taking a break from Mayor of Crazy Town and vacationing here in Ireland. We're in Athlone, the center of Ireland. And I wanted to welcome you to One Funny Morning with your host, Dina Blizzard. Take it away. Yay!
We're international. That was so lovely. Good morning. That was Denise Phillips from Ireland. Oh, please do more of that. Please, when you go on vacation, show us a beautiful landscape. Tell us where you are and why you're so much cooler than the rest of us. Because that was beautiful. Beautiful. Someone scheduled me for 9 a.m. Oh, ridiculous. Good morning. Good morning. It is Wednesday. That took a little longer than it should have, right? Good morning. Hey, Bob, joining us from Rochester. Thanks, Gab. So it's a nice day at the shore. Every day is a nice day at the shore. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little busy today. Trying to get permits and things and all set up and beach tags. I'm dope. Hola. Getting all dressed up for my oncology appointment. Pearl, you look beautiful. You look beautiful. I was so tempted to do that while vacationing in Italy. Why didn't you do it, Pam? Yeah, exactly. Y'all going on vacation is the closest I will ever get to one. That's why I love it. I love. Good morning, Nick. How are you? Is that your chicken in the video? I don't own a chicken. It makes me feel like I should. The fact that you're bringing it up. But no. I think we did when we were younger, but not anymore. No more chickens. Anyway, so good morning. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. I'm tired. Good morning from Toontown. What's Toontown? Saskatoon. I don't. Thunderstorms in New Hampshire. Yeah. There's a lot happening on the morning show. First time in a long time. Melanie, glad you're here. Cookie Spice and Jim's chicken. You have chickens, Cookie Spice? How many chickens do you have? Do you have like a farm? I don't even know where Cookie Spice lives. Yeah. How many chickens do you have? I never thought to ask why. If you watch the opening video here on the Facebook, you can't see it, TikTok. Jim, a random cowboy named Jim holds a chicken and says, "This is a chicken leg." It's kind of hard to explain. I understand now that I'm saying it. But yeah, see, Jim said, yeah, that's one of them. How many chickens? What else you got, Jim? I feel like we're peeling back the layers. 14? You have 14 chickens? I have so many questions. Why hasn't this come up before? How many chickens do you have? And the truth comes out. Does anybody here have more than 14 chickens? I think Jim and Cookie Spice win for the most chickens. Yeah. And why? We like eggs. Well, listen, there's no better reason. But doesn't each you get more than a dozen eggs every day? How much do you like eggs? That feels like a lot of chickens. I could tell how comfortable he was holding that chicken. It was his chicken. Okay, listen, Carrie, listen. You went real deep on like chicken info. Like when you saw the video, you're like, that's definitely his chicken. He would not fondle a chicken like that if it wasn't his. You're right. If I was holding a chicken, you would know I don't have chickens. So you're not wrong. That's why Sharon's always baking. She got all these eggs left over after breakfast. She's like, I made scrambled eggs for the last 757 days. What else could I do? He's a chicken whisperer. Half of them are old and just freeload. What is it? How old is an old chicken? I don't know. What is the lifespan of a chicken? Let me guess. Don't tell me. The lifespan of a chicken, 7. Is it less than a dog? Well, little animals live longer than big animals. That applies to dogs. Everyone's afraid of chickens. I'm going to say 7 years. Jim, am I close? Is like, what's the lifespan of a chicken? And when does it stop making eggs? Those are my 2 chicken questions. Before you tell us, Jim, how long do you think the lifespan of a chicken is? Bob says it's until it hits the pot. It depends on how high the burner is. Stop it. Oh, Kristen, be scared, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everybody keeps asking me about why I keep putting blonde in my hair. And I'm like, to be clear, it's not. So the blonde is actually growing up. Jessica says chickens can live to be 10. Is that right? 10 to 12 years. But think of elephants. They live a long life and they're huge. That's true. Elephants live longer than chickens. That seems wrong. I mean, I love elephants, but they're big. I don't think my theory works. Anyway, so I was going to give an update because I'm almost at the 8-month mark. Look, this is only 8 months. So the white is out to here now. It's going to take a while. Thanks, Hugh. I just learned about the lifespan of chickens in Dayton from Amy Workman. I don't remember it all, so don't want to quote wrong. Average lifespan is 7. They only lay eggs the first 3 years. Our oldest is 8. That's fairly old. I have 2 turtles in the pond. They are 25 years old. They are midlife now. What? I better not be buying eggs from a 10-year-old chicken. Monkeys live to be 40. You guys have a lot of interesting fun facts. Just jammed up here. You're like, this is my day. I've been waiting for this day for us to talk about chickens. I have been. We covered a lot of topics, but we have not gone on a deep dive on chickens, and it's today, and I have been waiting. We had a mean rooster that we had to carry a hockey stick if we wanted to go outside. And just bat it away. I had 2 double yolks in a row for the first time in my 37 years. That's good luck, isn't it? We have to put our stupid turtles in our will. They will outlive us. Okay. So Carrot, my friend Sherry, she has a turtle named Herman, and Herman is in her will because he will outlive her. What? Chickens are born with the amount of eggs they will ever have. So aren't we? That's the same as adults. Humans. Women are born with all the eggs that they have for the whole life. That's true. Now, what you do with your eggs, or if you just let them all go moldy or crusty, that's your decision. What's up with all these turtle people? There's a lot. This show provides a wealth of knowledge. Janet Hayes, you are not wrong. I like to think of us as an encyclopedia. Everybody's like, that is not at all how I would describe this show. My friend has a turtle named Shelly. That sounds like a good name. You really don't. Yeah. I was like, what? Cold Chicago. Yeah, it seems like we have a lot of people that own turtles and chickens all of a sudden. We bought a house and a 28-year-old turtle on the property went with the house. How is it going, sippin' flippin'? Did you have to get formally introduced? Is it a nice turtle? I would have so many. If my house came with a turtle, so many questions. I'd be like, I didn't know it came with a turtle. Our turtles are named Fido and Pasquale, both female. Why would you name them? This show is like the adult version of Sesame Street, brought to you by the letter T for turtle and C for chicken. And on today, we have a tortoise named Ralph. He's 5. He's very social. My house came with ants. You know what? My house came with termites. And those are different kind of animals that eat your house. And that's a problem. Has anybody ever bought a house that came with an animal? My daughter got her turtle Pepsi when she was 3, now 24. It has many years left. Yeah, that's a mistake. Hope. Coming in late, but we had a boxing turtle growing up for 13 years named Cindy. My daughter has a turtle named Bruce. Why do all of these turtles have such grown-up names? There's no silly Sally, Sally, Bo Belly. Nobody. Fido, Pasquale, Bruce. They're all very grown-up names. But Jim, what are the chickens' names? What are chickens' names? Do you count roaches as animals? Maybe. My sister's house came with horses and turkeys. Yeah, horses, okay. Turkeys, I'm afraid of. My house came with a pool. With a turtle. I was hoping for a pool, but so listen, you're gonna love the house. We don't have a pool, but we do have a turtle. We have a turtle named Ninja. We have a turtle named Yertle. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you name a turtle. Bruce. Bruce. Who names a turtle Bruce? Kind of like it. It's going well. He has his own enclosure and he loves it in there. Okay. All right. Only a couple have names. Jim, how do you decide who gets a name? They got to have loud personality. Do they jazz hands at you? How do you get a name? You know what? Now that I'm saying it, it's actually just like the show. They got to show some kind of sparkle. They got to, their comments have to come alive, come across the footlights, as they say in show business. Petey is in the video. Mrs. Kravitz follows Jim everywhere. She's very nosy. These are the kind of details I want about these chickens. You do have to earn a name. As soon as I said it, Tanya, I was like, you know what? I get it. I get what you're doing with the chickens. You're trying to get them to earn. With the cluck, why don't they all get a name? My son's turtle is Carl. Yep. Everybody's named Carl at my house, all pets. We used to have turtles. We named them all Seymour, up to Seymour number 3. And then they have to actually change their names up. Jim's new name has to be Jim Chicken Man Wagner. Yeah, I'm not laying an egg until I get a name. I mean, that just sounds fair. Exactly. So down the shore, near the Jersey Shore, for those of you who don't know, my oldest is named JC because it was buried under 34 inches of snow in 2016 and rose on the 3rd day. You're really good at names. I love JC. JC is the oldest? Jesus, for short. Still alive. My parents closed on their house, went back and discovered the people left their dog. It took 3 weeks to come and get the dog. They didn't want it. I would just keep the dog. I'd be like, no, I have it. My friend bought a house with a cow. Her 4-year-old, oh, can we have steak? We died laughing. Okay, that sounds wrong. He rose on the 3rd day. I'm never going to forget your chicken, Jesus. I'm never. Hilarious. I like how you named the chickens. I'm going to give you that. They couldn't keep the dog because they were allergic. Ugh. Oh, so I was saying down the shore, most of the shore areas are islands. So you go from like the mainland and then you'll go through like marsh, right? With kind of like these long causeways that kind of lead to the island. So I would say they could be 2 to 3 miles of marshland before you get to like island area. So there's lots of wildlife and it's all, preserved, and they have, wildlife people come in, and you'll see like a lot of like those posts in the ground with like with nests on the top, because there's a lot of birds that come through the whole thing. So but there are signs everywhere. All my jeans are White House Black Market, Ashley, and I love them. But there's signs everywhere on all these causeways about turtle crossings. And especially in the summertime. So you will see like a full traffic jam because these turtles are so tiny, but when you come, like, you'll get in trouble if you hit them. Like, and you don't want to. Like, this is where they live. They just trying to get, from the east side to the west side, to the one side of the track, to the other side of the track, the wrong side of the track. It's just trying to go out for some honeys, and then they're trying to cross the road. So they're very, yeah. It's like a big deal, the turtles. So, but I'll have to ask their names as I stop. But a lot of times you'll come to a full stop, and then you'll see somebody get out of their car, hop out, go pick the turtle up, bring him to the side of the road, because they take a long time. And you're like, I hope that's the direction you were headed, because if not, you just put him right back where he started. Yeah, the snapping ones are huge and so. Had stuffed animals after. We named our daughter stuffed animals after meat. The cow was steak, and the other one was hamburger. Elephant was elephant, and then the giraffe was potatoes. Huh. There's something wrong with that. Me, I'm that somebody. It's Kezia. So anytime you see, she's like, Kezia, get back in your car. It's Kezia. Watch a farm show called Cog Hill Farm. Every animal has real name, and he talks to them like it's so funny and nice. So as you know, I've been down here. I've spent a lot of time with Lulu. Now, I don't want to say too much time because I don't think that it's uncomfortable until I went home. And now I'm home, and I have Lulu, Ruby, and Colby. And I'm just bebopping around the house yesterday, trying to get stuff done, whatever. And I'm talking to Lulu and the dogs. But I, like you're saying, have full conversations with them, Marianne. But I don't know that that's weird because no one else has been around. And I have no one to talk to. Like, as long as there's someone to talk to. Oh, I'm talking to you. Is it chicken? Oh, I will talk to you. Full conversation. Just like this. You guys aren't even here. You think I can't stop doing this when this isn't on? So I didn't know it was weird until yesterday. And I was doing something in the kitchen, and Brooke she just stopped, and she was like, is this what you do all day? And I was like, clean? She's like, talk to the dogs? I go, Brooke, they're right here. Of course you're going to talk. She's like, she said, it's not that you're talking to the dogs, is that you're providing the answers in dog language back to you. I must have been, who wants to get their medicine? I want to give my medicine. I don't want to give I must have given them all voices. I shouldn't tell you this because it makes me sound straight crazy, but I didn't know I was doing it, but I do. There's a full what I'm trying to say is there's a full play happening all the time in my head or out loud, if by myself, apparently, or what I thought was by myself. And apparently it's uncomfortable for people around me. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't know who else is providing all the voices for the people, the animals in your conversation. But I imagine it's good. I didn't even know I was doing it. Just a weird question. If you had to sit on your hands, could you talk? Let's try it. Well, I have to scroll, Marianne, but I can try. I see those signs in Wildwood. Yep. Mm-hmm. Our cats' names are Merlin and Vigio. Vigio. I have full conversations with Daisy all the time. It's either talk to Daisy or talk to myself. And that's what I'm saying. Uh-huh. I know. I don't really need other people. Mm-hmm. I wanted to make jokes about your hair, but it looks great. No, thank you, Leigh. I'll take that as a compliment. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When you do it on walks and someone comes behind me, I'm talking to my dogs. You're right. Because, when you're in a fight with your dog and somebody comes over and you're like, oh, did you hear how he was talking to me? Yeah, you heard it. Just blame the dog for having an attitude when you're the one that said it. But it's just their face. Mm-hmm. I asked my dogs questions as if she could answer back. Alexander, that's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Hey, I talk to myself all the time. I even make myself laugh. I crack myself up. I want you to know in public, this face gets 10 times worse. Mm-hmm. Like if somebody starts just talking crazy, like at the post office, I shouldn't. Mm-hmm. 45 minutes of me having a full conversation with myself. Judy said I once accidentally left the recorder on my phone while making supper and ended up with 48 minutes of me talking to myself. Yep. Jenny, I'm really having to hold my hands down. It's really very, very weird. Mm-hmm. I will tell my dog not to tattle on me when I do something I'm not supposed to. I've done that. I'm like, don't tell anybody we did that. And Lulu's like, girl, I got you. See, I can't. Uh-huh. Why are you seeing my hands? Because I talk to my dog more than I talk to my husband. Girl, me too. Well, do you know what? Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you can't talk to yourself, who can you talk to? That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Our cats are Oreo cheesecake and Reese's tortellini. Deborah, I love Lulu Pecorino loves those names. Mm-hmm. I did that with speech to text all the time. Full conversation text to my husband. I talk to myself, but I don't say very nice things at all. I'm like, bitch, get it together. I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you give your pet accents? Obviously. Coco was French. My dog that passed. He was full French. Mm-hmm. I have a therapist for these issues. Joey Joe, Lulu is my therapist. That's why I talk to her. Why you gotta pay for it when you can just talk to Lulu? I'll set up a FaceTime. Yeah. Yep. No, that's what it's not healthy. But in my mind, there's a lot of conversations. Like, again, if I'm at a post office and somebody says something twisted and I'm by myself, I'll do the like, did you hear what? And then I look around to see if anybody else thinks that whatever I'm watching is super weird. I'm like, is it? I wait for Quinones to come out. What's his first name? John Quinones. Sometimes stuff is so crazy, like in real life. Does anybody else look for John Quinones? You guys know what I'm talking about? What would Jesus do? That's not it. That's not it. That's a chicken. No, what's that? What would you do? What would you do? They should do another show called What Would Jesus Do? And instead of John Quinones coming out, just a man dressed as Jesus comes out. Cha-ching. Sell that show. Different show. Different show. I am, Jen. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired. I think I'm tired. Mm-hmm. If my dog spoke back to me, I think he would sound like Elmer Fudd. My daughter told me I need a therapist. Maybe I just need to get a dog. Mm-hmm. That would solve so many of your problems, Melissa, unless the dog ate poop in your yard. And that's a different kind of problem that I can speak to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was told I'm nicer to animals than people, which I am. I sang happy birthday to a stranger's little dog in the park yesterday. I kind of want you to finish it, and then I punched a kid. Like, I wish you had put a nice balance in there. One time I was at a dealership and heard some folks talking about a show, and I didn't know it at the time. And I was looking like, oh my God. And then I realized they were talking about real life. They weren't talking about real life, and started laughing. See, I would do that. Like, if somebody started talking about sister wives, I'd be like, what? I'd be like, are you guys sister wives? Quinones. That's not how you spell it. Yeah. I give my dog a Forrest Gump voice. He's a boxer, and it seems fitting to me. What does your dog or cat voice sound like? Alejandra, just all the time. I'll just be driving. I'll be like, what in the Tiffany Hall? And just look around. I'm always looking around. I don't know what I'm looking for. Validation that somebody else thinks this is super crazy, maybe. And I have to try to control my eyes. I told you, the one person that cannot be around if something twisted is happening, if Missy is anywhere in the vicinity, I will look in the opposite direction now, because I know, because you know how, like, I could be standing next to my mom. Let me put it like this. I could be standing next to my mom. A house could be on fire. She wouldn't notice. Like, I would lock eyes with her and go, what? Like, you don't see it? What? Are my pants down? No, there's a house on fire. Where? I thought I smelled lasagna. Like, nothing. There would be no quick pickup. Nothing. You know what I'm talking about? You know how there are some people, they're like with you. You see something, you know they saw it. You hear something, you know they heard it. You just got a good vibe. That's my mom. But Missy, I know, hears everything I hear, sees everything I see, and I know it because there are times where we'll be somewhere and something will happen and we both look at each other at the same time and then crack up hysterically laughing. So I can't look at her because there's I can't go to a funeral with her. So a lot of people, I cannot go to a funeral with you. I cannot go anywhere where we're supposed to act appropriate. It is like sitting in church with your bestie and get it. That's exactly what it's like, Janet. And I will sit. I'm telling you, Sherry is the same way. It's called your soulmate. And I have a couple of them on the planet. If I look at Sherry, if something twisted happened, I actually have to look away. And just, because my oldest cat has a gangster voice. I would like to hear it. Dora, my Great Dane, 8 months old, is the backpack song. Have you seen this? All about thruples, not sister wives. No, I can't. There's too many people I'm like, you do you. I just can't. I don't understand it. I don't understand when people are like, I got 2 wives, 3 wives. I'm like, listen, it's a lot of work. My friend and I would text back and forth while sitting across from work at each other in meetings. See, Courtney? And did you ever do the thing where, like, you're in a meeting and something real twisted's happening, right? And you know it's twisted and your face is trying so hard to just, but under the table, you're like texting to the person across, and then you text and then you put your phone on the table and then they're not looking at their phone. So you do that thing where you go, you do that. Do you ever do that? and then you see them take their phone out of the bag. And then you're like, game on. This is how the rest of this meeting is going to go. And then you just see them. And now the meeting takes on a whole new, you're like, oh, now this meeting's good. My mother and aunt got carried out of a wake because they couldn't stop laughing. Oh my gosh, no. Garrick is straight crazy. All normal. Good, Robin. I would kick her under the table and point to my phone. I'd be like, I keep this phone right. Who's doing that? I'd be like, girl, this is straight crazy. You're supposed to. And you're trying. And the more you try not to laugh, the more you laugh hysterical. I sit at my work bus meeting, so we couldn't stop. I'm always like, this could have been in an email. I cannot laugh at a few. I know. I can't. You mean not laugh? It's just, and because I think it's because you're just so sad and you just have all these emotions. You don't know what to do with it. Yeah. So funny. So funny. But those are the best when you're just an amazing and you're just like, I can't listen. And then, and once you lose it, that's it. It's done. I have 2 nieces and we're all like this and we can't take each other anywhere. You can't. And the crazy thing is that the people have no idea what's so funny and they just look at you like you're going straight to hell. And you're like, we know. No, we already know. And you can't stop. It's over, Malene. You're just like, I can't. I wish I could tell you, but I can't because it's dirty. And there's only certain people that can look at that. I got my charm bracelet caught on my friend's sweater at a funeral, and we got the giggles. Had to leave holding hands because we couldn't get unhooked. So I was at a funeral once, and my grandmama was there. And my grandma Rudy, I got the crooked finger like her. Like, this is straight, but it looks crooked, just like that. You know, she had a lot of crooked fingers. Well, she's in the back, yelling at her sisters, and I'm in front of her, and I'm having like a nice conversation. I'm like, yes, very sad. And here's Rudy just poking me with her crooked finger from the back, and I'm like, what? She's like, hey, are you going to take me to that diner after? I go, yeah, sure. We'll go to the diner. I go back to my conversation, right? A couple minutes later, crooked finger. I go, what is it? But here's the thing about old people. And this is true. I'm not asking an opinion. I'm telling you straight up. If you know an old Italian lady, she could be this big, like a Hummel. Tiny, because they shrink. They are like normal size, and then Italians just shrink and cook. I think it's to get them closer to the stove. So she's this big, and she's a little bit of nothing. But if she wanted your attention, she'd get her crooked finger. I believe she thought she was tapping on your shoulder. It was a straight hammer, just bam, bam. And if she was talking to you, she'd grab you with what we called the claw, her claw hands, which she couldn't pick up heavy weights, but an old person's hand locks onto your arm. It's like a tourniquet. I think she was checking my blood pressure. And she'd pull you. She'd pull you towards her. And I go, where do you think I'm going? I'm here. I'm listening to you. Please stop pulling me towards you. And she's like, come here. And it was like a crane. I said, please stop it. You don't have to. They hurt. Old people get real, just strong in the claws. And so she wasn't clawing me, but she was poking me with a hammer. And I said, she must have done it 4 times. And I believe I was bleeding. And I was getting so mad. And I was like, if she pokes me one more time in this funeral, and she did it again. I said, old lady, you poked me one more time. What are you saying? I go, I have a hole there. There's a hole there. Oh my gosh. She was my best friend. She was so funny. I could tell you stories and stories. She was so funny. People will say to me all the time, they're like, so where'd you get the funny? Where'd you get the funny from? I'm like, I was so quiet when I was younger. I was very like observational. I still can't stop laughing at myself. Yesterday, I thought I left my phone at the doctor's office, so I called them with the lost phone. No, they have not. You called them on your phone. Listen, I lost my phone. Did I leave it there? Like, isn't your number? The number you're calling us on? No, that's not my phone. My husband walked in and said, all this is true. His grandmother's town and everything describes her. I'm telling you, that's how old people get old. They shrink, curve, and cook, and claw you and pull you towards them. And I'd have to say to her all the time, I'm not going anywhere. I'll listen to you until you finish your sentence, but please let the blood go in my arm. It's just so funny. But here's how you know that you have it's so funny because people will say, you yell at your mom all the time. I'm like, let me tell you something. I spend more time with my mom than anybody I know spends with their mother. And the only reason we can spend that much time together is because it's just very funny to me. We got into a fight about something recently, and she was just like straight yelling at me like I was 5. And I go, Diana, do you understand now? You can't pull the mom. You have to listen. I'm 51. I said, we're going to need to set up but it's funny. Like, think about your siblings, how much patience. I think I have a lot of patience. It doesn't sound like it. I will say that. It doesn't sound like I have a lot of patience, but if I don't find the funny in it, I'm going to kill her. And that's wrong, I've heard. So I try not to. But yeah, we're trying to keep some boundaries. My grandpa used to do the same to all of us kids, and we'd flinch every time. I miss it so much. I know. Old people things. I'm 5-year-old Irish. Now I'm 4'10". It sucks. The nurse called me cute last week. I'm officially an old lady. Listen, that means, Mary, you can fart in public. You can say whatever you want. You can get your hair set. There's a lot of perks to being a cute old person. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I love your relationship with your mom. There's no way I could spend that time with my mom. You know what's so funny? I could spend an enormous amount of time with your mom, Angie, and I bet you could spend an enormous amount of time with my mom, and you'd be like, that Diana, she is just amazing. Wait, you can fart in public? Have you met old people? Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get the lady that did the fart walk video. If you don't know the fart walk video, there's a lady of advanced years, and she was walking, and she was like, so it's important to have good gut health. And so every night, my husband and I, about an hour after dinner, go on a fart walk. And the way that she talks about it is the funniest thing in the whole world. It's just so matter of fact. It's so wonderful. And I've got to get her on the show because I just love everything about her. Hilarious, Julie. Sam, that's the only way we can survive. Old people are cute unless they're your old person. Wait, I got to go find this fart. Just put in fart walk and you'll find her. Yeah. I would. I'd love your mom. I could only wish you the best of luck around Hilda. Now I'd like to meet Hilda. I'd be like, you know what? Hilda's amazing. Angie, the problem is you. Your mom and I will be like, now listen, we made a list of all the things we'd like you to change, Andy. Let's start from, we went in alphabetical order. Here we go. We'd have a whole list. Oh, Tanya. A female student who has no shame farts all the time. I love her. Sometimes she'll be like, Miss J, I have to fart so bad. Can I go in the hallway? I'd be like, yeah, you should go in the hallway. Boundaries. My grandma used to pinch us when she laughed. I love it. Moon, you two would get along. There's that lady's daughter is probably like, there's a drunk lady that wants to talk to you about your fart walk. That's what I'm saying. You should tell her about the fart walk lady and be like, listen, girl, one day you could be this lady on the internet, the fart walk lady. So that's our next thing is the audiologist. We're working on that because Diana and I will have full conversations, and then she'll be like, we never had that. I'm like, we did. She doesn't hear anything I'm saying. She goes, well, that's because you mumble. And then we go into a whole circle about whether I'm mumbling or she can't hear or both. So now the other day she was here, and I don't know what I said to her. I was like, hey, these sheets need to get folded. Nothing. I said it again. Hey, these sheets need to be folded. And then I said, are you going to fold the sheets? You never told me to fold those sheets. And then it begins. We go round and round, right? So now there's like a whole bunch of stuff to do here. So we're both bebopping. And then I remember and I try to go, someone needs to fold the sheets. And I screamed it at her. And we laughed. I said, did you hear me that time? Sometimes it's just fun to yell at old people. But she did tune me out, Patty. It is selective hearing. And so but it's just crazy because Colby's like this, like Colby can't hear anything. There's nothing he can do about it. There's no hearing. I imagine there's hearing aids, but who's doing that? But every once in a while I'll be like, come here, Lulu, come here, Ruby. And I'll be like, Colby, get up. And I have to scream it. And it makes me sound like a horrible person. And Dean's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, he can't. So now I just bang my foot on the ground because I know he can feel the vibrations on the floor. But I do feel crazy when I talk to Colby. But I know he can't hear a word I'm saying. So, my husband is like that. I told him my voice must be the pitch of a dog whistle. Yeah. No, it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, I'm turning into my mom. Shrinking, claw, can't hear, all of it. We all are. We're all. Now I'm 5'10". Pounding your foot sounds more crazy. I know, but it's not as loud, Joey. Yeah, I don't know. I'm 5'10" and I know I'm going to shrink, but like, I don't think I can shrink like a foot, right? I mean, I'm just not sure like what is the shrink rate? Like, I don't think my grandma was ever like a super tall. Like in Sister Act, when Whoopi stomps on the floor to get the piano ladies. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I've conditioned my family by using AirPods all the time. They will be used to not hearing them when my hearing goes. Yeah. I had a cat who stomped his foot when he got irritated. That's what I'm going to do. Like a horse. It is funny. And I've got both my old people here with me all week. She put in big letters. A guy I worked with got his ear tested. He said my voice must be the pitch that goes first because I was the only person he couldn't hear. Huh. Do you have a high-pitched voice? I'm 5'3". I can't afford to shrink. My mom has lost 3 inches from a compressed spine. I can't shrink. I'm going to be like 2 feet. I'm 60. I was 5'10". Now I'm 5'9 3/4. I think I shrunk a little. Or maybe it's just Dean keeps growing. I kind of gauge it off of Dean. My husband says he can't hear me, that I mumble. So when I speak louder and then he says, you don't have to yell. You've basically described me talking to my mom. My husband got hearing aids, made such a big difference. He has no idea how much he was missing. I believe you, Janine. A few years ago, I had a 6th grader that had transferred into my class. We were coming in from recess and he was lagging behind the line and kept falling back from place. I finally said, you have to be part of the line. He said, Miss Wendy, I'm letting some of the lunch gas out and I can either do this now or I can do it in class. And I died. And then he was always the line caboose after that. Wendy, the fact that this kid has this kind of wherewithal as a 6th grader, be like, honey, you're going to be a genius when you grow up. And that is a very kind thing that you're doing for all of us. And you can be it. Maybe that's why Joey always wants to be the back of the line. Joey's like, wait a minute. Don't you bring me into, is he doing a fart walk? Joey's going to start his own fart walk line. Everybody's going to be like, I don't be in Joey's group. And it'll just be a cloud of smoke. At the end of the tour line, there'll just be a poof of smoke. It'll be like the Road Runner, but just a real like slow walking group and then a poof of smoke at the end. Maybe we should do that. Be like, who would like to volunteer to be in the fart walk group, which is Joey's group? Joey's like, I don't think I like this group. But that's, you know what? This kid's a smart kid. Finally got my dad to get hearing aids, refused to wear them. He said he liked it better not being able to hear. At my father's funeral, my 2 uncles were signing in. Oh, the book. My one uncle's name was Toots. Real name Andrew. He wrote Toots in the book. My Uncle Phil behind him said to him, You should write your given name. My Uncle Toots turns around and says to him, that's my name. You should write Baldy. My aunt flew across the room to yell at them. It was the funniest thing, and my cousin and I got told to leave the funeral home until we can get ourselves together. Tracy, I would love to have an Uncle Toot and an Uncle Baldy. I'm 72. I've lost 2 inches in the last 10 years. Found out my back is now crooked. Ugh. My sister can't hear, and after spending 2 weeks with her, I said, you're going to need hearing aids. She took me to her bedroom, to her stand. It's great now. Put them on. My gosh. Yeah, I don't know why people get them. And so my grandma, and this was a long time ago, I don't think hearing aids were as good. We got her hearing aids, but she'd turn them off. So she would essentially clog up any actual hearing she had left with the hearing aids and just make it so she was completely deaf. We're like, are they on? No, they're not on. So you just putting toothpicks in. Okay. My mom shrunk 3 inches. Brooke is taller than Jacqueline. Jacqueline's actually the shortest. Brooke is probably the same height as me. She's like 5'10". Jacqueline's like 5'8". I was almost 5'11". Now I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10". The old lady goal height is 5'7" to be a normal size girl. Oh, look, Joey's like, boom, I have my group. Yeah. If I had ice cream, I'm definitely going to need to lag. Yeah. I walk over and I'm feeling low gas. Follow at your own risk. You're not wrong. My aunt used to fart as she crossed the room and say, God bless me, bless me, bless me. Oh, yeah, Kathy, welcome. My husband swore he couldn't understand our daughter. I yell at him all the time. Took him to a hearing test. Come to find out he really couldn't hear that pitch. I never hear Sharon the first time. Don't know if she's talking to me or herself. I get accused of either not listening or eavesdropping. She's like, Jim, this is a private conversation between me and the chickens. Why were you listening to JC and I's conversation? My son's name is Timothy Conrad. We call him TC. When he was getting his license, they said, write your full name. He wrote TC. Had to break it to him that wasn't his full name. In Australia, my boyfriend had to get in a train. It was called a quiet car. I was like, me? No, we're going to need to be in a different car. I hear you. My cousin's nickname is Toots because she was a gassy baby. Her mom embarrassed her by calling her Toots in public. Oh, because she'd a baby. Yeah. No, it is. It's funny. Good times. Good times. Anyway, I know. We used to giggle every time my grandmom tooted across the room. My mom does it now, and she thinks it's so funny. It is. It's funny because old people just don't care. That's very funny. I can't wait. Can't wait until I can just fart walk all the time. I think fart walks happen anytime over 50. So if you're like 49, you're like, what am I going to do? Like, this is a perk that you could look forward to. You're welcome. So define old people. When I was a kid, I knew an old lady they called Tootie. Now I know why. There you go. I used to toot on his way to the bathroom. It was like he was propelling himself there. It's good stuff. Listen. I know, Lucy. It's the best. There's a lot of people that are 5'2" in this group. When did that happen? And then we have Joey Joe to balance it out. My son is Jax, but we call him Jaxaroni and cheese for fun. He thought for a long time that was his full name. Oh, Barb, I have lost 3 inches. I'm now 4'11". Dina should know she used to lean over to put her arm on my head. I know, Barb. 5'2", 5'1", 5'3". Last night I was watching this news and my sister came on the news. I was like, what? It was so weird. What for? What for? Mooney, you can't say it. Was she arrested? Was it a violent crime? When my son was a toddler, we were teaching him to say, excuse me, I've had gas. And then he started announcing it by saying, excuse me, I have some gas, as he ran all over the house. Yeah. My husband and I were in the grocery store, and this old couple were in front of us. And the old man yelled, beep, beep, beep. The lady sped up real quick. My husband and I smelled why. That was their code. And she got the heck out of there and left you. My grandmother was hard of hearing, and my dad would go to her and say, Mom. Then he would just mouth the words, and she'd say, honey, I can't hear you. Oh my gosh, Celia, we used to do the same thing. So my grandma, when she finally put the hearing aids on and started hearing everything, the dishwasher in her house was so old. It was like an old house, 1950s, whatever. And when you opened up the dishwasher, it needed to be oiled. So it always make this really loud sound. It would be like, but it had honestly been like that for 20 years. Like it always made that sound, but she never knew. And so one day my mom and I were sitting in the kitchen and my grandma was at the sink. She goes to open up the dishwasher. We didn't know. My mom and I are talking. She opens the dishwasher. It makes a sound, which is not startling to us at all because we've heard it, but she had never heard it and her hearing aids were turned up real high. She literally covered her ears and ran out of the kitchen screaming, ah, just ran, full run, holding her. And my mom and I were like, what happened? What happened? We thought she burned herself, something on the water. We didn't know what happened. We go running in. We're like, what is it? She goes, did you guys hear that? We're like, what? She goes, you didn't hear the sound that dishwasher made. We're like, that's the sound it always makes. She's like, what? We're like, it's made that sound forever. But she never heard it. Never, ever. But we would go up to her if she wouldn't wear the hearing aids. I'd be like, hey, gonna what? Anything? And she'd be like, hold on. Say it again. I'd be like, I'm gonna do if you want, hold on, let me see. It was awful. It was awful what we did to my grandma. But so fun. And tomfoolery. But she would just... Celia, you got to try it. But you got to practice it. It takes some time. Mm-hmm. A person in Costco opened a freezer, bent in to grab something, and blew wind in Nick's face because of the wheelchair. Lass was mortified. She slammed the door and took her cart and ran. Every aisle my husband passed her and whispered, we know what you did. And eventually she left the store. Fiona, I've had a lot of practice when I was a kid, and she was a... Say it again. Mm-hmm. Heard the dish for the first time after he got tubes in his ears. Yeah. It's really funny. Yeah, the fellas are here. Doing the garbage. Mm-hmm. I've worn Curious for 10 years, and I never knew how badly my stairs and my floor squeaked. Isn't it funny? I just want to say that, like, I guess, like, hearing things for the first time is, like, amazing. But I will say straight up, if there is a video where they take a baby who can't hear and they've put the cochlear implant in and they turn it on for the first time and then they start talking and their eyes, I will cry every single time. Every time. Their eyes light up. And you're just like, we don't remember what it's like to hear for the first time because it's always been, it is the most magical thing. Or when people put those glasses on, those color glasses, I cry. It's just their faces, right? I know. Get you all verklempt. Let me get my juice. I know. Watching the hearing videos, the glasses, any of it. I don't know what it is. Always. With the baby face. I'm gonna make you cry. There was one where the girl was like 20 and they put it on and she's just overwhelmed. And then her boyfriend proposes. He said, I wanted the first thing that you heard in the world would be the, and you crying, dogs being reunited with soldiers, anybody being reunited with a soldier, crying. She cried first time she used them. Yeah, cat hair is just lemonade. I know. Tears. Whenever you need a good cry, you just watch those videos. Yeah, now I'm thinking about all of them. They were so good with the baby, and the baby couldn't even wear the glasses, and they had to put the strap on it because the baby's head was bobbling around, but his eyes are so big. My son has bilateral cochlear implants, graduating high school this year, Melanie. And I mean, just think about that. The amazingness of the cochlear implant. My neighbor had one, Princess Karen's daughter, and it's amazing. Life-changing. No, I haven't seen that down. I'll have to look. My sister said after a while she gets a headache from her color glasses. It's like brain overload. Over 1 million views. I believe you. Oh, Kelly. Just you writing that sentence just made you like a year older. She says, getting my cataracts done next month. Well, Kelly, I don't even know how you spell cataract. I think as soon as you know how to confidently spell cataract, you have cataracts. You're on your way because I have no idea. Yeah. He was crying. We got my 85-year-old dad the colored glasses. He was crying. Anyway, so listen, go have a good cry. Go watch some videos. People getting their hearing or the beautiful glasses. So I had a student who used to throw his implant out the school bus window. I cried during the Olympics so much that my family's like, the Olympics coming. Let's get some Kleenex for Brenda. Oh, man. I don't know what it is, but I can watch Sha'Carri. What's Sha'Carri's last name? The runner. I am obsessed with running videos, mostly with Sha'Carri in them, but pretty much any relay. And I don't know why. My whole feed is just all people running. Does anybody just get so excited when you watch the Olympics or the trials, like the track? I don't know what it is. Yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson. Amazing. I'm very excited about all of it. It's so fun watching all these amazing female athletes. It's been a lot of fun. All right, that's it, everybody. All fun videos. So today's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's very exciting. And tomorrow we be bopping around. So yeah, some fun things. We're at the tail end of the weekend. So you'll be relaxing this weekend very soon. It'll be all wonderful. But that's it. So like Good Time Andrea, Judy from Saskatoon, 2 countries giving you some good advice. Do something nice for yourself. Do something fun today. Go get some ice cream. Is that fun? Feels fun. Do something nice for yourself or others today. Talk to your dog, probably like in an Italian, a deep Italian accent, and name one of your animals, JC. That's hilarious. But that's it. I got nothing else. I guess I have to go to work. So thanks for watching. As always, have a great day and a blessed day, and I'll see you guys soon. All right. Bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more OneFunnyMother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on One Funny Morning.